In this video, I'm gonna share on how to retrieve drones stuck on very tall trees. It's one of those things. You're trying to check out the new ground, but you didn't spend enough time familiarizing yourself with it. Okay, I know, the drone is stuck, but we can't climb up the tree like a monkey to retrieve it immediately, right? So, just chill. Go back home, have a cup of tea, think about it, come back with a plan and the equipment. For your information, your quad is most likely going to be okay up there, be it rain or shine. One of my quad survived out there in the rain for more than 2 weeks. So for this rescue, I first fly a drone fit with DJI FPV up the tree. The digital vision allows me to look at the tree clearly and study how the branches are spread out, how they grow, where the openings are, as well as, very importantly, where my drone is and the way it's stuck. There it is. The fact that you can see your drone right there gives you that impulse that, hey, why don't I just ram my 5-inch against it and knock it down? But you risk entangling your 5-inch up there, and then you have 2 quads up there. It's like, shit, I ain't gonna do that. In fact, I'm only gonna use my DJI FPV drone to do the search part of the search and rescue. The rescue will be done by another drone which is fit with the analog system. The reason why I do it? Well, the analog system is more robust because it's a simpler system. And should anything go wrong, the CATX Vista costs a lot more to replace. Now that I've formed a 3D picture of the tree in my mind, flying the analog system up is a lot simpler. I would strongly recommend that you lower the angle of your FPV camera. It makes the hovering a lot easier. I did a few more dry runs with the analog drone. This is to be absolutely sure of what I was doing. So is it really necessary that you use 2 drones, one digital and one analog? I don't think so. It all depends on your confidence. But I think the rehearsal is absolutely necessary because the moment you tie the raffia string to your drone and try to fly the thing up, the weight of the raffia string as well as the wind around might affect the way your craft is going to fly. So if you're not familiar with the flight route that your drone is supposed to take, and you have to deal with these external factors, it might be a bit too much to chew on. Alright, let's do it. As you can see, the raffia string is drawn directly from the coil. It's a lot smoother to do it this way than pre-drawing it from the coil because the strings gets entangled. This recovery thing is a one-man operation. Once you go past the branch, it's time to disarm. Your drone is going to hang upside down. Let it settle a bit. Arm. And then yank the throttle to pull the string closer to the ground. Now you understand why I wasn't willing to risk the drone fit with the digital FPV on this part of the operation. I know a lot of people who would toss a fishing line with some kind of weight over the tree, but it's just a lot of work. Seems like I went a bit too deep and the branch wasn't barging. So instead of using brute, the best way is to fly another string up. After all, you now have the first string to guide the second loop that you're going to make. At this point, the coil of raffia string actually rolled over and it added more resistance to the drone that was trying to draw it out from the coil. Thank goodness, the drone had enough muscles to continue drawing the string up. So on this run, I'm trying to make a loop a lot more shallow and closer to the drone. Oh, I forgot to mention that in order to arm upside down, your arming angle has to be set at 180 degrees or more. And this time, because the string was a lot closer to the drone, I could loop it around the drone and then give it a little tug, and down it came. Happy. Unplug the battery, even though the battery is probably at 0 now. I'll show towards the end of the video how you revive a flat battery. Please retrieve the strings. Let's see if it still works. Oh, great. Next, check to make sure all the components are okay, as well as any loose parts. In this case, the propeller came loose. I did something very dumb here. I forgot to unplug the battery. And should anything go wrong, my fingers will be cut. So never do that. Always unplug the battery before you check on the components. Yes, the battery. Because the battery was connected all the time, it's probably depleted. The LiPo charging function will not charge this battery. So you have to plug in, but without connecting the balanced plug. Then select the type of battery to be NiCad. Next, for current, use the minimum charging current, which is 0.1 ampere. Activate it and let it do its job. The voltage will start to rise, but cut it off at around 13.8 or 14 volts and resume normal charging.